The mechanical category enables you to enter information relating to your engines and generators on board. The mechanical notes box enables you to enter notes relating to the category. The subsections of this category include engines, maintenance log, vendors and suppliers, schedule maintenance parts, and spare parts inventory. We'll start this demo with the engine subcategory. The mechanical engine entry form enables you to document all your engines and generators on board. The only required field for this section is the engine manufacturer. The first field in this entry form is the mechanical category. Notice it has a pull-down menu. The menu is meant as a guide. You can enter any data you want in the field itself, and you'll be asked to save it as an additional pull-down item. The next field is the engine model and the number of cylinders. The field with the number sign on it is a system-generated number that enables you to enter more than one engine of the same engine manufacturer and model. Next is the transmission manufacturer and the gear ratio, and the direction of rotation of the propeller. The engine serial number is followed by the propeller type, the number of blades, and the propeller size. Notice that the propeller size is framed in purple, which indicates right-clicking that field will bring up additional information about it. The capacity section lets you enter oil, coolant, and transmission fluid capacities for your engine. The change cycle section lets you enter either engine hours or periods of time for the required maintenance. The last service section lets you enter the engine hours and the date the last service was performed. You can enter the engine meter readings here or on the home port page. The last set of fields are the horsepower ratings specified by the manufacturer, specified in either horsepower and RPM for sustained or maximum power. The right-hand side of the screen contains a box with two tabs, the Notes tab and the Documents tab. The Notes tab lets you enter notes and reminders, a due date, and a recurring cycle for the note. The Documents tab enables you to enter pictures, diagrams, and documents relating to the engine. You can search the library by using the forward and back keys, or you can delete an image by hitting the delete key. You can also search for an image by using the pull-down menu. The system assigns a category and device to any item you add to the library. However, you can change the default by using the Change Default button. Clicking on the image of the document will bring up a full-screen version of it. This concludes the mechanical engines entry form demo. The next section we'll cover is the maintenance log. The maintenance log form enables you to track maintenance tasks and when they were completed and how much they cost. The task description is the only required field. The other fields include the mechanical category of the task and the vendor or contractor who performed the task. The vendor entry box has a pull-down menu of existing vendors. If the vendor doesn't exist in the pull-down list, you can add it as a new vendor. The new vendor entry screen will be shown in the next subcategory. The remaining fields include the part supplier, the part manufacturer, the part model, the meter reading of the engine that was serviced, the quantity of parts used, the part cost, and the installation cost. The two date fields represent the start date and the completion date. The project's detailed description box enables you to enter more detail and comments about the project or the task. This concludes the maintenance log entry form. The next category we'll cover is the vendor or supplier entry form. The vendor and supplier entry screen enables you to enter vendor information and their specialties. The only required field is the vendor or contractor name. The other fields include their address, their country, contact information, which includes telephone number, email, and website, a comments field that lets you describe what they do best, and a specialties and expertise box that lets you enter keys with multiple specialties and expertise. The vendor search box on the right enables you to search for a vendor by name, by city, by state, or by country, or by one of his specialties. You can also use the alphabetic search. This concludes the vendor entry and search section. The next section we'll cover is the schedule of maintenance and the parts required for it. The schedule of maintenance and parts form enables you to specify parts needed for scheduled maintenance. The part description is the only required field. The other fields include service type, equipment description, a qualifier for the part manufacturer, the part number, the number of parts required, where the part is located, where it was purchased at, and the cost per unit of the part. The schedule cycle lets you define the hours or time between services, and the last service defines the hours and the date when the service was done. The engine number specifies which engine and the engine manufacturer that the service was performed on. This concludes the schedule of maintenance entry form. The last subsection in this category is the spare parts inventory section. The spare parts inventory form enables you to log and document the location of all your spare parts on board. The only required field is the part description. The remaining fields include the mechanical category of the part, a qualifier for the part, the number you have in inventory, the manufacturer, and the part number, the part's location, and the part's condition. This concludes the spare parts inventory entry form. This concludes the mechanical engines and generator category. Please go on to one of the other categories, plumbing, electronics, or safety equipment. And thank you very much for listening, and safe boating.